Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady.
And I'm Aiden.
And today we are tackling this invasive wall of Black Runner Colocasia. Now, we didn't plant this.
No.
It planted itself.
Yes.
I'm super worried about it invading the woodland, especially now that it's cleared. It has nothing to stop it.
Nope.
And we just pulled this one out, and you can see where it gets its name. I mean, look, you could jump rope with this. And this is exactly why it does not need to be on the edge of a woodland swamp. This is a native, I believe, to Vietnam. I don't want to be the one responsible for introducing this to Fuquay-Varina.
Nope.
So we're going to take this moment. We got 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, so it's super easy to pull out. We're going to go ahead and pull it all out as best we can, and then we're going to transplant some of the Phlox paniculata bright eyes to try and make that basically do what it's done in other beds, where it shades it out and makes it die.
Yes.
We're also not putting this in the compost. We're going to haul it out to the garbage can, and hopefully we're going to get that done before the garbage truck arrives. All right, stay tuned for our progress. Well, I hope you'll agree this is a pretty big transformation. It was 2 wheelbarrows full of Black Runner. I have no doubt there are more roots in here. We're going to keep our eyes peeled, and as they start to grow, keep pulling them out. And we actually have a whole bunch of stuff that could go into this bed. I have a very special hydrangea called Eclipse with dark foliage that's going to be a new introduction in 2024 from First Editions. And I think I'm going to put it right there in that sunny patch. And then we're going to go ahead and transplant some of the phlox. We're also going to take some acarus, which we have planted in various areas. And in fact, this acarus patch has grown in the way of getting to the doors. So we're going to go ahead and transplant a bunch of this, and we're going to make that a separate video to give you some ideas of some plants that will really tolerate kind of this edge of the woodland, very wet when it's raining placement, which, as you can see, camellias have done really well, Edgeworthia. I have other hydrangeas in here, so that's why I think the addition of another hydrangea will be fine. And then you can see there's already some Phlox bright eyes over there. You can see it's a swallowtail on it. So I think adding more of that is going to really help make it so that we can maintain this. And literally, as I'm standing here, I see more of that colocasia. So we're really just going to have to keep our eyes peeled for small bits like this that keep emerging. And again, we're throwing them in the garbage, not in a compost pile, because putting them in a compost pile was how they got here to begin with. Of course, not in the woodland, but here is more Black Runner. So we'll go ahead and get all this pulled out as well. One way or another, I'm going to get this property rid of this noxious colocasia. All right, our first 2 loads are going to a landfill. We did it just in time, Aiden. You know, since we really ripped the Band-Aid off on this woodland project, I want to make sure that I do my very best to focus on native species. Granted, hydrangeas aren't native, and I have them already, but I'm really going to make sure that when I'm ordering more plants for next door, that I go ahead and get more native sedges that will also be able to go here and into the main woodland area. I think it's really important, particularly with this being a swamp, that I not introduce noxious weeds from Asia. And I'm really conscientious of that now. It's not something that I was as aware of 12 years ago when I started building this garden. And remember, when I built this garden, I was the propagator and grower at Camellia Forest, where we specialized in Asian native trees and shrubs. So that's why there's a lot of Asian plants that are planted here in this woodland because that's what I specialized in growing. But fast forward 12 years, the conversation is different, my interests have changed, and I just want to be as good of a steward to this property as possible. And I do think that starts with planting more things that are actually indigenous to this area. So I do hope that you will subscribe and continue to watch as we make more progress getting this woodland kind of whipped into shape before we have the fall open garden on Saturday, September 23rd. Hope you'll plan to visit. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.